And then you also have a prom thing coming up.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to mention.
Yes.
We have the 80s prom.
When is that?
It's April 27th.
Yeah, because I went to one and I'm like, I totally missed the mark on this. And so I have this whole outfit and I need to wear it.
Well,
somewhere else.
if you and Pete should come on out, it's April 27th. It's $20 a person.
I was gonna say, somebody asked me to do something like MC, but that wasn't you guys. Oh, I think it's the same weekend as that because it's triggering my mind that I need to MC something.
So
Is
you're
it
the
Saturday
president
or
of the
Friday?
place without anything.
Sunday?
No, I'm the bookkeeper of the villa. My husband Dave's the vice president. And
Now he's no longer the body shop, right?
oh God, he retired back and we both
Yeah,
retired.
the same age.
Oh yeah, oh that's right, he just turned 60, that's right.
We're the exact same age.
Because he retired at the end of 14 with me, so he was what?
Does he miss working on cars?
Does he miss working? Well, we go
On
to
cars.
the villa 3 days a week.
I mean, he has to miss working on cars. I wouldn't miss working on cars if I could do it.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
he's got
Oh, wow.
Carol.
He
Why
doesn't.
would he miss working on
Because that's
cars?
a-
He's working on her now.
That way?
No, he's had her
He
for,
don't miss working on cars because he's working on her
no, he's
now.
been with her for 40
Okay.
years. They've been together forever.
Yeah.
Long time. But
Yeah,
you have to miss
that's-
No,
working
actually
on
we've
cars.
been
Somebody's-
together, what, 39 this.
So somebody
I said 40
said
years.
these guys know everything about their cars, but know nothing about their wives. So if
Yeah.
you start
Well,
tuning
don't
into
talk to
your wife,
don't talk to that
then your
doesn't fall
marriage
for
is
everybody.
better.
Nah, he's a good guy, but
Yeah, I
there are times.
Like anything though, like anything. All right, what do we got?
You know, you told me
755.
one time at the Pierogi Fest,
All right,
I-
it is
I'll never
755.
forget. You said
It is
it was
654.
That's what I meant.
I know
I
what
was a cougar before the cougars were.
Yeah, that was so
That's what I'm
funny.
behind.
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget
Goodness,
it.
I didn't think I was that funny.
All right, so
I'll never get that.
I'm going behind the
That was
scenes.
good, right.
Pete, is Pete one of Pete's going on
No,
Facebook
I met
behind
my
the
husband
scenes?
and our
We're done
son
already,
since he
man.
was
We're
20.
I know, but you got to press the live button,
Yeah,
though.
well,
And then
we'll
you got
do
to
it.
invite people. Start inviting people.
They'll see it and I'll jump on there waiting for me. Yeah, they will.
Oh crap! No. Mm-mm. You got to go here, and then you invite them. That's how you get like 50 people. See?
Here, this is set
somebody
up,
wanna
just
help
do it.
him? So, go to press this button live, and then the person comes up, and you can start inviting all the people. Then you hit the done and go live. Okay.
So go live first.
Well, you hit the live, and then it shows the people on the bottom, and then it goes to the go live. No, not go back. Go back. Okay, go back again. Where do you hit the
His
live?
live was down here.
Okay. Now on mine it shows that I can invite these people. Does this do something? I only know it on my phone, and if it's this way, so I don't know, Taylor, but I have all these people
And I'm
that
never
I can
here,
invite.
so-
Sunday nights are movie nights, right?
Yeah, you say you're
I tried,
you have
Dan.
a condo in Trump Tower, do you? Is that where you stay most of the
Oh,
time?
and mine's only,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
wait a minute now. And mine's only allowing me, see,
For
look at mine.
donations.
See what mine's doing here?
I was gonna say, anything's better than,
See
Well,
down
here on the
here, I have
19th,
this little
August
button,
19th,
and then it lets me tag
for the
tag it or whatever.
Republican response to the
Isn't that
Democratic
weird?
election.
oh, okay.
It's probably because it's an iPhone
The
or
Whopper
something.
price to go to his dinner.
Turpin's
which is in
driving.
Trump Tower.
I invite
Oh,
just like that,
Val,
yeah.
Oh,
Kim,
wow.
I can hardly wait.
Huber,
Because he made like
Davenport,
50 million.
Colby,
Today?
Yeah.
today.
Ryan. That's
Yeah.
how I get
I
so
wanna
many
shake his hand and take a
watchers.
picture, I'm not happy.
Sean
Yeah,
Taylor.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I even
That's what
get
I
some
did
Europe
with
ones.
Riley Gaines.
Oh, he
Fundraiser.
does
Yeah,
like
that's what
the
I
same
thought.
people
Okay.
every week. I don't know
Yeah,
why
I don't
that's
think-
like
Oh,
that.
I've been
Look
downtown
it
for
up.
like 4 years already.
Kurt. Yeah, it's probably because it's on a different device and it hides it and all this crap. I want Kurt to come on.
Do the show?
Sue, Johnny,
Oh, okay.
Jalen, Amber,
So where do you
Arthur.
work at?
Joliet, Wiles and Lincoln Park. I
Hey
work
Pete,
for
we're
all
ready
the
to
Canada.
go here. You got your on-air sign on? Okay.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I'm in the car business. Huh?
A couple of weeks ago, I had a call from the town.
Pete, do you know how to, or David Lane, do you know how to tap those people on his device over there?
So what?
See how I'm choosing people on mine? She can't find it.
Says it's supposed to be on the bottom.
See, like down here, but,
I'll try and invite everybody.
so I'm inviting like 20 people so that we get more watchers, right?
Campaign manager from Indiana might be there too.
Who is it?
I don't know his name, but the funny thing is, my dad is 88-year-old lifelong Union Democrat that has
Okay.
switched,
Ah,
that has switched parties in his 80s.
All right, I'm done with mine. Okay, now I'm gonna go live. All right.
I hope I turned it off. It doesn't go off with some nasty shit.
Hi everybody, it's Becky Matea and Pete Panos at the Panos Theater. It's Good Day NWI. The date is April 7th, correct? Yes, 2024. This is behind the scenes. Remember, if you want the full-on technical,
just inviting everybody.
live action,
Invite
beautiful,
Denise.
you go onto YouTube. So you have to subscribe
Denise-
there.
Denise check on
We
that.
get that up in a few hours, but that's where you would go to see all the bells and whistles. Pete's is also going tonight, so go ahead and share. If you're seeing this, go ahead and share this. There's a button at the bottom that you can actually share it while the show's going live. So we're gonna be started in a few minutes, so grab your tea, let your pups out, and enjoy. Do you know why we're getting that feedback?
No, we're doing it right
You hear
Oh,
you hear
just
that?
from the speakers, yeah.
Can we turn that down sometime?
Well, once you start talking, you
Or
won't
is
hear
it
it.
the door?
The door has to stay open to hear the music.
Okay.
If it closed, you can't hear the music.
Okay, then we're gonna
When
close
it
it
starts,
because we're getting feedback.
You
All right,
can't-
let's
if
go.
you guys haven't done that already.
You told me last time we closed the door.
Come on, wait, we need to call this mic. Hold on.
Okay, Lutz, you have to turn yours off, hon.
That's the invite
That's
you
you.
gave me, that's making sound, so I'll try to turn it
Here.
Hey, Lutz, you can't be on.
on. That's the invite you sent me to be as a guest.
I know, but don't go on
So
it.
don't send me that.
I forgot.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll bring it back up.
Get mic'd up.
Did you close your phone down?
Is power good?
Wow, you're still
Do I have a
on.
microphone?
No,
You're still on, my,
it's off now.
okay, there you go.
Dave,
Huh.
You want me to get
and
into
you turn it on, and then you have to turn it on.
Yes, you can. Ask Dave, are you moving the cameras at all?
Not those, no. I'll be
Whatever works for you.
I got one in charge, but I do kind of like sometimes if you can do that. Okay, all right, we're ready to roll.
Hold on, turn this thing on. We on?
Oh, I don't even have a mic. Do we have our mics?
Yeah, sitting right here.
Can I have it, please? Thank you.
We'll talk about it after.
Taylor, do you have any?
We're
more?
good to go.
Our guest seats one?
It's not me. It's
And
not.
I'll have them ready.
Okay. What's all the feedback?
There's no feedback when you walk past the mic. It doesn't.
No, there's a lot of feedback going on.
Mine's down, it's not me.
Well, I'm not perfect. If we had more time to set up, it'd
I'm
be
not
easier.
saying that, I'm just saying that there's some feedback. Any help on that, David?
It's from these. It has to be turned down a little bit. Yeah. It's not from the other ones, it's from these. There we go,
Yeah,
got
when
it.
things are going on.
There we go,
somebody
we're good
says
now.
something, don't take it personal.
It's these microphones.
Okay,
Not, when you turn these up all the way, it gives you feedback.
okay.
But now we have monitors on the ground on both sides
How's you
and it
look?
picks it up.
You guys look great.
Do
The
we-
green pops.
Do we need to move these at all? Can you
No.
hear us okay? All right.
That's fine.
And 5, 4,
Test 1, 2.
Three.
Test 1, 2.
2, 1.
We're good to go. You have to turn your volume down a little bit.
It's not me. No.
There you go.
Is it these?
No. Turn on, turn on.
Taylor, you could actually help him with that music. Hey everybody! And we're still working on all the sounds.
Too much feedback.
Yes.
We're good. We're all right.
I think it has to do with the clips going on. I'm gonna shut them all the mics down. We're just gonna talk loudly. It is Good Day NWI, Becky Matea.
And Pete Panos, how are you? Welcome back.
Yes, April the 7th, 2024, and there is a lot of action going on.
And it's raining and it's miserable outside for April. It's supposed to be nice out.
Oh, well,
This is
April
crazy.
showers bring me flowers.
I hope so.
Yes,
Not-
yes.
The way it's going, we're gonna have a snowstorm in May.
Oh, well,
Winter mist is and it's coming now.
I hope not. It looked like we remained pretty warm, like 40s and
Weird.
50s. So that hopefully, I would prefer the snow because it doesn't make my sump pump run as much, but
It's easier.
yeah, but then shoveling, so I don't know, it's like one of one thing or the other of another thing, pick your,
Pick your poison.
yeah, I was gonna say that, but I'm trying to avoid any of those kind of words.
That's okay. It is what it
Pick
is,
your,
right?
your detriment there. So weather, traffic, how was the traffic?
I gotta tell you, I like the green.
Oh, well, yeah, we must have been on the same wavelength. We've got a lot of celestial things
Wasn't
going
even
on.
planned, it just happened.
Yeah, the traffic, we'll talk about clothes next. Traffic, it was lighter than last week because not of the holiday. But remember, once again, it's on my sheet. It's 555in.org, and that helps you find traffic cameras, which are now very prevalent in the
Yep.
area, construction zones.
And it tells you if there's police down the street, so you don't get caught for speeding, because I get caught for speeding all the time.
I'm not sure if it shows that. Your phone does that a lot. So the construction, the cameras, and congestion. So that's on there. But do you not have one of those fuzzbusters?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I have an app. I have an app on my phone. It's called
I was
Waze,
wondering.
and it tells me the same thing.
Oh, okay, good.
And it shows you how
Waze.
fast you're going.
Yeah, that's a good one. I have something on my windshield. I was just thinking they should put that, like the map, with the fuzzbuster, and it's not like to. It's just to keep you reminding you, because sometimes you just start to go fast and you don't realize it. So it's not to totally avoid the.
You do 100 before you know it.
Well, you have fast cars.
Yeah.
So no, yeah, it's going to fashion.
We're wearing green, both of us.
So I was mentioning that the reason I have this on is because it's a flight suit and it's the eclipse going on.
Oh, okay.
And I have one of the hot things is the jean one, but mine was too big, so I pulled the stuff from Akira. So that's a shout out because I know Taylor and Val also like Akira. And then I pulled these out. I've been wearing the lower heels because of my hip, but I put these on because they were very sparkly. Dana Bachman, she's from Kohl's, but I suppose that she's a pretty good designer. They're
It matches
comfortable.
good. It matches perfect.
And I wanted to give a shout out on the earrings. I'm not sure. There's probably a small store like where I got the Kendra Scott. There's actually a store in Bloomington. They have a lot of things happening in Bloomington because of the eclipse. It's the path of totality. I was thinking all these terms. I posted those. But these remind me of a set that Catherine, Princess Catherine, is she the princess? Yes. Princess Catherine's been shown with. And I want to give a shout out to, just to support her because she is battling a cancer as well. So isn't it like 1 in 4? 1 in 4, I think, breast cancer. And it's probably 2 in 4, all the other cancers. And then you have, other things happening like, disease, well, that's disease, and then accidents, and then, people trying to hurt you. So you gotta be really careful out there. You have to be diligent, right? Like the Angels Honor Guard, and then Cash Charities was on a couple weeks ago, and
Fred was here.
they're helping
They help
solve
everybody.
some issues
They
as
do.
well, especially
do.
with the food. And somebody mentioned it on social media, and I put the link in of our show because they wanted to know more about it. And actually, if you hang in there, our special guests, another Clark and Robertsdale / Whiting, Carol Haiduk, Graziani is going to be here tonight. So remember, if you want to be on the show, let us know and talk about anything you want to let the region and beyond. Like, isn't that Star Trek?
Yes,
and beyond.
From Infinity and Beyond.
Oh,
right.
okay, that's a different show.
That's from Toy Story. The movie.
Yes, because I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not really into those Star Wars. Even though my kids are.
I've never
looking
watched
me
Star
up
Wars
and
ever. Not one time.
I don't know. I'm not really what is that called, a groupie of any of that. I guess I'm just too busy and.
I'm just too hyper. I can't sit down and watch a movie. So that's the only reason I haven't watched it.
So your fashion is.
Calvin Klein as usual.
Well, I thought Ferragamo.
Well, no, not this week.
Okay, is that the fair? No,
No, this is
Rolex.
Rolex.
All right, whatever.
No,
What
but
about the belt?
Yeah, that's Ferragamo.
Okay, see,
Yeah.
and then.
Yeah. But the shirt and the
right.
pants, it's
And
Calvin Klein.
the shoes. Socks or
Ferragamo
no
shoes.
socks?
No socks.
I didn't.
I hate socks.
took mine
I can't
off
stand
as
it.
well. I took mine off as well.
It's more comfortable.
Yeah, and then the food. I had some thoughts on the food. I keep hearing that Purdue thing. Dun, 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 dun. Wendy's uses the same music because Purdue has that little dance they do. Dun, 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 dun. Wendy's is the official burger of March Madness, and I kept on going. I just kept on hearing the
I
commercial.
didn't know that.
But I didn't know what they were advertising. And then I'm like, oh, so I think we're going to get some burgers tonight.
I got cupcakes with basketballs on
There
it
you
today
go.
for Admire.
There you go,
I
too.
didn't.
I got some donuts. Buy one, get one free at Jewel.
So if you want to gain some weight, go to Jewel and buy one, get one free donut. There you go.
I only take one bite and I give the rest away. So there you go. So you get to have a little bit of a treat, right? You could be
Maybe.
working out
I'll
and
walk it
eating
off.
well, and then every once in a while you have to have a little bit of a treat,
Yeah, and walk it off.
Okay.
You'd be okay.
All right. Let's see. I did notice Susan posted she has some puppies in. That's with the I Want to Go Home.
It showed 2 of them, I think, yesterday, right?
She had a whole bunch of them. That's where I got little Oliver from. He's a little Chihuahua. And she posted, and then Amanda's out by Mish. And she's got dogs and cats, Saving Grace. And then we have something coming up later in the show, so hang in there for those details. There's another group in the area. They've got a, they might have had that. It's different. Trade Winds. Humane Indiana had theirs, but Hobart Humane Society, there's one out here, the Humane Indiana.
Yeah, Munster, and they become your family members. It's great, they rule your house.
Yeah.
How can you not get them?
You've got 2 little ones.
Yeah, teacup Pomeranians.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was good, one big happy.
They look like stuffed animals.
And I think,
They
Carol,
look fake.
you've actually done some work with some humane societies, haven't you?
Actually, the Whiting Animal Shelter.
There you go. I knew it was Whiting, it was one of them.
And I have 3 kitty cats.
Oh, wow, it's good.
Cool. So go ahead, tis the season, it's any time during the year to go ahead and bring somebody into your family. Dog, cat, and I said there's rabbits, cockatoos were out there, I think there was a lizard.
Really?
So there's a cavalcade, plethora, a myriad of things. That's all shout outs to Val, because she's our word of the day.
So did everyone get their glasses for the eclipse for tomorrow? Are you ready?
Ooh.
We're ready, let's see.
So where did you get these?
Amazon,
Oh, Amazon?
you can't see anything.
You look like Devo.
Yeah, right?
Okay,
Check it out.
well, that's because you can't look at the
Wow.
sun.
I was gonna try it both ways tomorrow, see what works better, I don't know, but I guess this is what's happening, so I bought them.
I got a call from George's Gyros, which is one of my favorite places to get a gyro, and they make great beef sandwiches. They're like, hey, you won. And I'm like, oh, good, I got food. So I go over there, and they give me a pair of glasses, and I'm like, okay, I like those, but I was really hoping for
Oh, they give you
lemon
these?
rice.
They give you-
That was what I won. I was really hoping for the lemon rice soup, and they're like, no, not today. So that's going on. The last time I read that, so those are still the top stories here.
So who's watching this tomorrow? Who's gonna be where? What do you let us know where you're going? Is there a big party somewhere that you could watch the eclipse? I'm just gonna walk outside and see what happens.
So yeah, let us know if you're watching. We usually
And
talk
where?
about all the cities, so go ahead and make comments. There is a watch party in Valpo for the eclipse, which is at 12:30. So we are from Texas all the way up through. We are on the pathway of totality, which I thought was a really cool term. And then the other big thing that's going on is the NCAA championship. So
Yeah.
Purdue.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make mention. So we've got the sun, the moon. I don't know. I wore these because of the stars. But Neil Armstrong is a Purdue graduate.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I
I had no idea.
I was at the Welcome Center, so they have this Hall of Fame in there, and I was kind of, remembering that he's in there. And I was thinking, I wonder if he was the same time as my dad, because they're the same age. But he went off to war. My dad graduated in '52, then he finished, and then my dad went into the service. So, yeah. I mean, Purdue is, besides athletics, they have a great, that's why your son goes there, right?
does.
They have a great
He does.
scholastic program.
He does.
And world renowned. And I was wondering, I was going to look this up next, but Dave Lutz is the astronaut still alive? Is Neil Armstrong still alive? Do you know that?
I do not know.
Okay.
The only thing I know about the eclipse is that I hope Purdue eclipses UConn's total tomorrow.
I mean, there was a girls' game
You're
on
right.
today too.
Yeah.
I just got to say, I played, and I know a lot of other people play sports, but boy, those girls move, and they've got power, and wow, it was a great game. Actually, South Carolina ended up
Great game.
beating Iowa, and they were undefeated this year, so that's a very historical move, but not to ignore Caitlin Clark set a lot of records for.
So do you think all the IU fans are following and rooting for Purdue?
So I put a message
What
out.
do you think?
I put a message out there, and I'm like, you know what? I just would like to see an Indiana
Yeah.
school or kids
For sure.
win, because they have a preponderance of Indiana kids, and I'm telling you, they were mean. I'm like, I mean, it's like they like, well,
They
Clark
should be
and
glad.
Whiting. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I went to Whiting, but if Clark was doing good, great for them, right?
Yeah,
It's
you
like
should be
Northwest
mad about it. You
Indiana,
should be
I'm
happy
friends
for
with
them,
them, I'm
right?
supporting them.
My guess is the older someone is, maybe an IU fan, the older they are, maybe the more they're willing to root for
Yeah,
Purdue.
right.
Oh,
I'm a
Maturity,
big
is that
IU
what
fan
you're
rooting
saying?
for, but
Is
the
that what
younger
you're saying?
college age or a little
Maturity?
older might not be rooting for Purdue.
But
Maybe.
you should. I mean, come on.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a
There's
good
a
thing.
lot of, I don't know, I've just never been like that. Can you check and see who's watching so we can give out a prize? So I do owe Elena one. We are on the musical beautiful. That is opening the first 2 weekends of May. It's sounding great. You could go to my page.
Yeah, a friend Santos.
Oh, Mr. Santos.
Melissa Marie, Sarah Creel.
Oh, Sarah, you know what? I think we're gonna go with Sarah. She's actually helping with the city of Whiting. They're gonna be on very soon, talking about everything that they do during the year. And I mean, I saw their calendar came out on social media, and it's like every month. And for a little city, they have a lot going on. So I give a shout out to the Oilers.
And the entire world knows what Whiting does, especially with Pierogi Fest.
All right.
That's a huge thing.
And we were talking to Carol because she also, and it just happened fall last year, the Italiana, is that what you call it? Festival Italiano. So we kind of know that because we're Italiana. Oh, is it feminine?
Italiana.
I guess.
Oh, okay. Because we're kind of like Polish Slovak with the Italian Greek stuff. Because I mean, it's all. I said it's kind of pierogies and raviolis are pretty similar. You know?
Here, Italians and Greeks about the same. The rest I don't know
A lot
so
of
much.
great things came from that
Yeah.
that part of the world. The Greeks and the Italians, and then the Polish and the Slovaks. So there you go. And now the Americans, right? So we're all one big happy family. That's what they were bringing up. They're like, why should we root for this? I said because when you have a common foe, you have to align. You have to get together. You have to support one another. So
You should.
yeah, that other team's the common foe. Indiana people, was it UConn? Yeah, I'm tending to forget the things that like are bothering me. So it's like, oh yeah, it's UConn again. What's the next story besides the Purdue and the Eclipse?
Purdue, the Eclipse,
What's next? Right up here.
Clutch Bagels, Ozinga.
Okay, fraud on the rise. Did you see that story?
Here, it's bad.
Okay, tell us one of your
Well,
stories.
here, I deal with fraud every day.
What do you do?
I'm a car dealer,
Kia. Okay,
right?
Kia this one.
And we deal with fraud on a daily basis. People coming in with fake pay stubs. We handle a lot of financing. 'Cause if you can't get financing, you can't get a car.
Something over on you.
Well, here, they're trying to get something over on the bank. I spot this stuff in 2 seconds. Fake driver's license, fake pay stubs, fake social security cards. It's ridiculous.
So I'm thinking like with our people watching, I'm probably not doing that, but it's happening to them. So one of the things I just got in the mail was this, and my daughter got it, and I was like, I don't know if this is real or not. It was Prudential, and that we owed money for life insurance. I'm like, okay, a lot of us have that. How do I know if it's real? Is it from my father? Is it from do the kids have it? So I called the number. He's not responding back, but then I get another letter. So I was talking,
I would throw that in the garbage
okay,
and move on.
Discover. So every day I get up and I'm like, who do I have to deal with today? Like to go, is this real or is this not? So I look at my Discover bill and I'm like, I don't know what this is. Then you've got to go through a whole series to contest it.
Here, I wouldn't even wait.
Dispute
If someone hits you with it, then you have this other company calling you, telling you that they're the Internal Revenue Service, and you have to pay them 20 grand, or they're going to come to your house and arrest you.
Oh, that too.
Come and get me. Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of feedback again, just letting you know, David. And then here's, I think, one of the most serious ones is they are AIing your children or grandchildren's voices, and they call you, Grandma, I'm hurt, and I need you to send thousands right now through Zelle or something, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like,
I got taken on Zelle 2 months ago. 2 months ago, Zelle got me. For sure. I'll never do that again. I called Zelle, and they're like, there's nothing you can do. The money went through. We can't reverse it.
so we're trying to get the voices up. So
It's crazy.
somebody watching in the room that's giving us feedback there?
Yeah,
Who
it's
is
the
it?
thing.
So
Yeah.
tell us who it is.
Linda, Gary, and Sue.
Well, not on our thing, but I was thinking somebody was watching again on getting the feedback on my phone.
Oh, no.
No, okay, great.
That's okay.
All right, we were just talking about this. I don't know if it's the Powerball and what's the other big one? Mega Millions.
Mega Millions.
It seems like every other week it's in the billions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I get it together. I haven't looked at them, but I'm hoping.
So if you won, what would you do with the money?
Well, we talked about that before. I
Give it
probably
away.
would just like let it sit for a while and kind of decide and do different great things. I mean, we do a lot right now. We just have to start, funding them, right? But you know what was interesting? It was delayed. Did everybody know that? They delayed the drawing on Saturday night?
No, I didn't know that. What, for Powerball?
Yeah, or I think it's a Powerball delayed, yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, so but there's a lot of people who do that diligently, and I'm like, well, that's not right. I'm not even sure why they delayed it. I think it has to do with this eclipse and all this basketball. I'm like,
Maybe.
I'm like, wow, it's just like everything is just like out there. I think this is Clutch Bagels. I brought that up. I'm not sure if that is the exact name of it, but Miller Beach has a lot of things happening on the development in that area. And you know how we mentioned that the Hard Rock was giving money?
To tear down their buildings, right?
The RDA, well, not only to tear down, but to gentrify, to build, the RDA matched it with $3 million. And
Wow.
the mayor, like Mayor Melton, is in the mix. So I'm like, hey, yeah, good things are
Gary
happening.
gets $6 million?
Yeah, to tear down and build up. So I'm like, I
Wow.
always feel that if your neighbors are doing well, you're doing well. So I'm like, hey, bring in, and I'm going to mention this later, the airport meeting is coming up. So that'll be great because you can go Wednesday and voice your opinion that we want, commercial service out of Gary. How great would that be?
They
Right?
did it years ago, then they canceled everything out, and now I heard they want to come back and
Well,
do
it
it
was
again.
small. It was with Hooters to 1 or 2 places. But I think with our administration, like Frank and our congressman and some of these other folks, I'm hoping that they, he's getting us a lot. We're just trying to get it to the right spots.
I'm definitely going to that meeting.
You are?
Definitely.
Perfect. That's David Lane right there, our tech extraordinaire. Ozinga lineage. Ozinga, they poured the biggest pour, so they're very good benefactors to our. I know I applied to get some funding from them. Maybe I'll go back through my list and see if they'll do something for the show. They poured their largest pour of concrete, and it's probably has to do with the convention center because they want to put one up in Northwest Indiana. Like, perfect, let's get going, right? So, there's 3 or 4 sites buying. Probably around the Hard Rock, but I think they've also talked about the site down at 65 and 30, because that's been gone for a while
Well, the
now.
Star Plaza used to be.
Yeah,
Right,
so I'm
right.
hoping that something develops there.
It's been empty for 10 years.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right, Lutz is in the house. We've got sports next, and then our special guest will be on. So Lutz and Pete are going to switcheroo, and then I'm going to switch when Carol comes on.
Right.
So, hey, give me 5. Give me 5, bro.
5.
That's right. Hey, we're sports thirst.
Oh,
All right, bring it on, bring it on. What do you got, Lutz? What's the big stories?
Oh, and the glasses.
Ooh, the glasses. What about in the sports world? What's happening there?
Well, figured we'll start from today and work our way back because
Okay.
today was the women's Division I national title game. UConn against Iowa, or I'm sorry, South Carolina against Iowa. Iowa started out red hot, had a double-digit lead, and South Carolina just swarmed down over the rest of the game. They are a phenomenally talented team.
Yeah, they're deep.
Becky's mic is
And
Very
that
deep.
was the debate. Do you go to a school that you will be able to contribute and maybe win a national title, or do you go to a school and be a star and maybe not win? So that's a conundrum that, and they were using some big words. She used zenith, although they had 5 girl commentators, which I thought was cool. And she also used, I think, behemoth too. I'm like, whoa, she's got some big words. So have you ever thought about that? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. It is a tough call coming out of high school to see what level do I want to play at, and parents are always involved in that. Do I go to a program like UConn, South Carolina, Notre Dame?
Notre Dame?
They're very good program.
Oh, for girls.
Yeah,
Okay.
or on the men's side, a Duke, a North Carolina,
yeah, that's
or the bigger schools.
Yeah.
And just be on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe fight for a spot when I'm an
Or do you be
upperclassman.
a star?
And have a
somewhere
chance to
else?
win a national title? Or do I go to a Butler or even a big D2 school and play as a starter my freshman year?
So she went and she lifted them up, because I actually played with girls from Iowa at Montana State, and they had a great like national leader. She ended up going to Texas. So good for them. They're recruiting from their home state, and they're lifting up in Iowa, which typically you might have to turn down a little bit.
Yeah.
Typically not in the hunt, but good for them. And then she's going to the Indianapolis team.
If she's the number 1 pick, the Indiana Fever will, I assume, pick Caitlin Clark.
Well,
And that
that's-
season
yeah.
starts very soon.
She's
They're
got a
they're
boyfriend
a
that's,
summertime schedule in the WNBA. So, I mean, she's looked a little worn down tonight. I mean, can you imagine 4 years of playing as hard as she can, all the shots she
She
took?
is very good.
She leads the nation in. She did lead the nation in scoring and assists.
Yeah.
That's so hard to
She's
do.
very good. She's 6 foot. I was looking at their rosters on the height, so they collectively have gone up, especially in that. But they had a few under 5'10", just a few, not many. They're all. And there's a center on there from Colombia. Where is she from? Brazil. On the other team.
Cordosa,
Yeah.
Camila
Where is she
Cordosa, yeah.
from?
I'm
Venezuela?
not sure,
But she's 6'7".
it's just,
I don't know if I've ever seen a girl that tall.
it's just so hard to match up
So what's
with
next
something like
on
that.
your list there
So South Carolina is gonna be a team to reckon with.
in the future?
They are very young still, and they got all the best players in the country, at least most of
So I
them.
want to know, what time is Purdue on, and why aren't they on a regular channel? This has been frustrating me. I bought 5 things and I still had to go to the Village, where I was harassed again, watching the Purdue game.
Well, I read TBS, I believe TBS, TNT, and True TV, I believe.
I don't even know how to get all that
Well, I
stuff.
had to double check the time, because when I seen 8:20, I'm like, is
That's
that
late.
Central or
It is,
Eastern?
it is central.
It's 8:20 Central,
So I'm hoping
which,
we go for Purdue, and if you don't go for Purdue, that you at least don't cheer against them. Just remain neutral. I mean, if you're from the region, at least, so it's a good day in NWI, coming out of the region, Highland, Munster.
which if you're a student in the Lafayette high school district or grade school district, you have a 2-hour late start on
How close that
Tuesday
door
morning because the game is so late. They're giving a
What's going
2-hour
on?
late start in Lafayette schools, high schools and grade
Because
schools.
of the game?
Because of the game. It
I
starts at
thought it was
8:20
because, I thought it was
Central.
because of the eclipse.
You know.
Somebody
I
said
don't know
something
about
was going on.
that.
I'm trying to get the buzzing.
I'm
out
trying-
there.
I'm trying to sneak in the sports angle, but that's what I had heard a lot of, seen a lot on social media where,
And I was hoping that they would open up the gym. Is there any way we can get the feedback down a little?
Yeah.
is that
I was hoping that we could, that they would open up the gym. Some other schools have done that, where they allow people to go into their gyms at Purdue and they watch it in their facility.
oh, you don't think Mackey will have that?
I don't know.
I would assume they almost always do that, if not at the school, there'll be a venue where you
Maybe
can
we
watch
turn
it.
up a little.
They have venues, the men's is in Phoenix, they'll have venues outside of there. I've been to a lot of Final Fours, for the atmosphere, never went to a Final Four men's game. And sometimes there's areas outside the stadium where they have massive screens, it's almost like you're
Yeah.
there.
I just think it would be cool to go down there, but I'm doing too much. Besides college, let's get into the area. Now we can name the cities really quick, because we try to cover the whole, well, at least these 3 counties, Lake Port and LaPorte, and then there's some others,
Sure.
Stark.
Can we
and
sneak in Indiana State?
Alaska.
Yeah, why not, right?
They
Oh,
played the
right.
NIT title,
Right.
that's why I was working back to Thursday.
Okay.
So Indiana State, which a lot of people thought they should have made the NCAA tournament, they're from a conference that it's really hard to get a second team in. They didn't get in, they made it all the way to the finals, played Seton Hall, had a 77-70 lead
Yeah, they
with like a
shoot
minute and a
long
half,
shots.
and 9 straight points by Seton Hall to win by 2. So
Yeah,
that's
so
just so hard to watch that, and a fun team to root for, a small
So that's
school,
another
Larry Bird
question.
school.
Would you rather go to the NCAA and win 1 or 2, or do you go to the NIT and win it all?
That's such a good question, it
Yeah,
really is.
I think I'd rather go to the NIT and win it all.
That's,
Maybe in my 4 years.
No,
do one
I
each.
I have nothing
How
because
far do you think they would have went? ISU.
it's matchups and stuff, so I don't know who they'd have ran into, but
Right.
I think they showed the committee that was a team that should have been in.
Yeah. Well, the other team too, they beat UConn. The team that beat them, Seton Hall, beat UConn. They were one of the 3.
Yeah,
So
beat
I'm
by
really
15 in the
hoping
regular
that
season, yeah.
we can
Yeah.
really take cues from them. I don't know, I haven't thought about that strategy yet for Purdue, but I'm thinking if our big guy can do what their big girl did today, but they've got a great big guy, so then then that changes right there.
UConn has no weaknesses.
Does Purdue?
There's, they might be a little short on the athleticism against UConn. Not that they're not athletic, but UConn has elite athletes, height, shooting, defense. They just mesh well together. Purdue there's no doubt they have a chance.
Are we hearing something else going on? Okay, I can hear something else.
Las Vegas says that UConn's a 6.5 point favorite.
They did.
Yeah.
Crumbs.
But
All
they're
right,
not
we
always
ready
right.
for the special guests to come on? You guys ready? Carol and Pete?
We're always ready.
Okay.
Are you kidding?
All right, then let's just go over, you said it was a slow week for high school last week and this coming week. But
So
let's go
many
over
games
some-
rained out. It's
Let's
just
go over some of these towns that we're covering. So
Yeah.
we start up at Whiting Hammond, then you come down to Chicago. Where do you live?
Griffith, Munster Highland,
And then Cherville, Dyer, St. John.
Maryville, Hobart.
There you
We're
go.
moving out that
Yeah,
way.
Portage,
Yeah, Chesterton.
Lawrence Harbor. They don't have a school, but they're part of that. Maryville, Front Point,
Yeah, you get to the smaller outskirts of Valpo,
And we
like,
go to
Hebron.
Michigan's. Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Valpo, Michigan City, LaPorte. So that's covering those, and we'd like to get more interaction, so we're gonna ask you again, go ahead and share this, Facebook, all the other platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, those are our big ones. We have Restream going, right, David Lane?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what other funky ones are on the Restream?
LinkedIn is on there and Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch, okay.
So real quick, the Cubs are off to a good start.
Ooh,
6-3 after a win today.
nice.
The Sox lost today, they're 1-8.
Ooh,
Funny thing about the Cubs game, I had a buddy from Kokomo.
mm-hmm,
He went to Bishop Knoll, him and his family, him and his siblings, but he lives in Kokomo, Indiana. And they were at the game today.
mm-hmm.
They watched the game
Oh,
at
are we
Wrigley
talking
Field.
about Bill?
We are talking about Bill.
Oh, yeah, we have the same friends. I
So
mean,
he
he's
watched-
such a great
he went-
sponsor.
His family went to the Cubs game
Uh-huh.
today.
They're
Right, that's a
great
good
family.
drive, right?
Yeah.
From Kokomo there?
They're great.
Well, they watched the game there and finished watching the game at home. There was a long rain delay.
Oh, because they had to leave, they're probably going
Yeah,
to work, right?
yeah, so
And
I
then-
thought that was pretty cool.
There was another story about hockey, because we
Yeah.
haven't said much about hockey, but
Yeah, I
somebody
haven't found a
stopped,
whole lot.
somebody stopped somebody's run.
Yeah, I did see that. The Dallas Stars had won 8 in a row, and the Blackhawks beat them. Blackhawks beat
Who beat who?
the Blackhawks.
Beat
Chicago-
who?
The Dallas Stars.
Okay, you guys ready to come on? You guys, Pete and, Carol, come on over.
Yeah, 3-2, and that broke Dallas's 8-game winning streak. And I think the Hawks were down like 3 or 4-0 today already. So Connor Bedard, Rookie of the Year this year, is going to be fantastic. Remember Kane and Tays for the Blackhawks? Connor Bedard's a name to remember for the
There you
Blackhawks
go.
in years to come.
There you go. Anything else that we missed?
That's all I have down.
Anybody out there in the sports world, go ahead and put something down. I know we do wrestling, gymnastics, swimming, track and field, AAU stuff, and just fun things like bowling. We had a story about
Yeah.
bowling on last
Boys
week.
high school volleyball, up and coming
Oh,
sport.
that is right.
It's
So
very-
did you make your Las Vegas bet on Purdue for Tuesday?
No, I'm no, can't do
All
that.
right,
Can't
on
do
that,
Just
there
really-
you go. So next up is Carol Graziani and Pete Panos, our special guest. I have to turn these up a little.
And we're back.
Make sure you guys are up on your volumes now.
So I gotta say,
Oh, he's up.
she was my high school, Carol was my high school substitute teacher. So we've known each other for 40
Many
years, right?
years. Right, yeah, 40
Well,
years.
she's probably.
She don't look it, I don't look it, I think.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And here we are. This is crazy, right? So Carol's at, I always say this wrong. Villa Cesare, did I say that right?
Yes, I worked for the Whiting Refinery Credit Union for 33 years. I retired from there at the end of 2014. My husband is the vice president of the Villa Cesare.
And I went to high school with him.
Yes, and we became involved once we both retired, and we're part-time there now. I do the bookkeeping, I do a little advertising, I clean windows, I do toilets, you name it,
Whatever
I
you
do
gotta
it.
do to keep the place going, right?
Exactly.
I hear you, I hear you.
Exactly.
And they have a lot of events there all the time. I've been there a lot of times for like a St. Patrick's party, Halloween, and they have weddings. Tell us what's coming up there this
Okay.
year. What do they have in store for everybody?
Okay, at the end of this month, April 27th, we have something called the 80s Prom. And the band that's going to be playing is the 1985 band. They're out of South Bend, and they are really, really good. I've seen them before at the casino in Gary. What's the name of that? Hard Rock?
The Hard Rock.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're really, really good. And you can buy tickets. It's actually a 21 and older event.
Why is that?
Because they serve alcohol. I don't know.
And here, and all of us here have been to
Yeah,
80s
it's a
prom,
21
right?
and older.
Gotcha.
The doors open at 6 o'clock. The band starts at 7:30. You can dress up in an 80s prom, any type of costume you'd like, but that's not necessary. And a prom date is not necessary either. So come on out and
That's gotta be
we
cool.
have a fun time. You can buy tickets. The link is at villacesar.com, and you go to events. And speaking of events, we have quite a few coming up. After the 80s prom, we have a Cinco de Mayo party, May 4th. And you could buy tickets online there at thevillacesar.com. The next one will be our Mother's Day brunch, May 12th. You can sign up and, make reservations to go there. And then we also have Festa Italiana coming up, August 2nd through the 4th, which is a lot of fun, and it's a big party and a lot of Italian food. And
Where are you located?
900 Eagle Ridge Drive in Cherville. It's right behind the Home Depot. And
They've been there for a long time, I remember. Now, that's a club, correct? A lot of people
Correct.
belong to it. How many members belong there? What's the cost, and how do you become a member?
well, you actually have to have some sort of Italian descent. in
Of
you.
course, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
They started their lodge out in East Chicago. It's called the Cesare Battisti Lodge, number 27. When they decided that they wanted to get a larger hall, they built the hall. I think is a little over 30 years old, and they built it, and it's been there
Long time.
a long time.
And it's nice, too. Very
Yes,
nice.
it's actually a banquet facility, so you can have your wedding there, shower there, any type of event that you want. You could just give the villa a call, 219-322-3011.
How many members would you say they have there?
The Cesare Battisti Lodge, they have a lot of insurance holders with a account, I think, for members. I think like 500 or 600,
Wow.
yeah. They don't all show up, but,
At the same time, good
I
thing,
think
right?
they are members of the lodge. That's what my husband tells me.
And they need to get initiated in, they have to pay a dues. How does that work? How do they become a member?
You have a monthly due, or yearly due, I think, of $50.
Oh, wow,
And
that's
they
it?
have a monthly meeting that the members go to, and basically they talk about any upcoming events, they talk about the financials, and they just have a lot of, then you get free dinner, and you get cocktails.
I know they have a
But
lot of
it's-
events, and I've seen you on Facebook and all the good times you've had at that hall there.
Oh, yeah.
What
yeah.
is your favorite event that they've had there that you like doing?
I like Festa Italiana. That's a lot of fun. A lot of good bands. Dick Diamond, I know, plays there every year. We have a band called Shout Out.
Are they outside or inside when they do this?
Oh, it's an outside event.
Oh,
It's out in
okay.
the parking lot. And we used to make, I don't know if we're gonna do it this year, but they actually made, we would make homemade biscotti, pizzelles, and sell them, and just everything Italian,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Who originated this group 30 years? It's probably older than 30 years, right? Probably 50 years? How long
Oh,
have they been
the
around?
Italian Lodge?
Yeah.
Oh, it's over 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they actually had a 100-year anniversary several years back, and it goes way, way back to East Chicago and.
The harbor?
Yeah, well, I know it was right off of the boulevard. I'm trying to think where the lodge was at. Where Walgreens is at, somewhere in that area, I think. It was a smaller lodge, but they used to have a big bingo out there in East Chicago, and
A lot of groups originated in East Chicago and then moved to Cherville, Munster, Highland. A
Mhm.
lot of them. I know that.
oh
for a fact.
yeah,
East Chicago, the harbor, Whiting,
right.
and then moved out to
They'll
different
go
areas.
out to different areas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's still going strong, the Cesare Battisti Lodge, and like I said, my husband's a vice president, and he's very active, and, like I said, we go out there 3 days a week, we keep the place running.
So do you miss being at the credit union?
Oh.
I have to ask
My
that
mom
question.
misses her.
I gotta ask that question.
I miss the people.
Yeah.
I miss Becky's mom, she's on the board still?
Yeah.
She's still on the board of directors.
Mhm.
I miss the people, but I don't miss getting up 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I don't miss being,
Got it.
the buck stops here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I sort of like to be able to come and go as I please. When you got a full-time job, you can't just pick up and leave like,
no, you can't. That's right.
But you did mention something else when we were talking earlier with Pete. You're involved with the Whiting Animal Shelter. Can you tell us more about
I was
that?
involved, I'm not involved anymore because my schedule got to be too hectic, but I was volunteering at the Whiting Animal Shelter for several years. I do have 3 cats out of that volunteering, the time volunteering, but they are, I don't know how Nancy, she's a kennel master, whatever you want to call it, she's the head of the, I don't know how she does it. I always tell her, she has the biggest job, the biggest responsibility. I would never want that job. You are in charge, you have to keep all the animals healthy, safe, try to adopt them out. She's
a lot of
pretty
work.
much,
Do they
on-
need volunteers?
all the time.
Okay.
If you love animals and you can volunteer some of your time, message the Whiting Animal Shelter on Facebook and let Nancy know, because right now all the shelters are full, and
So spay and neuter. We
and
always
you,
talk
and you
about
don't
that.
want to be turning them away, but you can't adopt them as quick as you get them
I
in.
know.
So
What else did you say you were
So
doing?
she should be a substitute teacher at Clark High School.
Was that what she's doing? What else did you say you were
And then
doing?
went to the credit union after that as well. How did
no, I worked at the credit union right out of college. I started back in '82, and then I retired at the end of '14. I was a manager there pretty much all those years. And then after that, I started helping out at the animal shelter, and then I got in with the villa after that.
Chamber.
Oh, I was on the Chamber of Commerce in Whiting, and I was a treasurer for 2 pierogi fests. 2 pierogi fests were enough.
That must have been interesting, right?
Balancing out, I mean, that is a lot of work.
Oh, it has to be.
It is a lot of work, and 2 years
Yeah.
was enough.
Yes. What else are you doing now? Because you got like a minute before we move on, and we also get an impact winner at this point. Somebody you think in the community that is doing a fantastic job that you might know.
Oh, okay.
Think about it.
You're just throwing this at me. I can't think of doing a fantastic Nancy.
There you go. Perfect.
I think she's doing a phenomenal job, but I don't know.
Pete, you got anything else for her?
Yeah, she has a lot of high school stories about me getting income.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys do a
I'll never
play
forget
together?
when I substituted, and Pete, he's a ladies' man, and I was up there at the desk, and he'd come and he'd sit on the desk. I was in college, he's still in high school, and
Where'd you go to
always
college?
the ladies' man.
Where were you in college?
Tried.
When was I in college?
Where did you go to
Oh,
college?
just Purdue Cal.
Oh, that's perfect. But
Yeah.
so you're a Purdue
I'm a
girl.
Purdue alumni, Purdue Cal alumni.
Hey, still.
Management and accounting.
Still.
And I actually had a job that I actually put my degree to work.
People ask that all the time, but just getting education helps you with whatever you need.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people go to
Something-
college to get a degree. They don't
They-
do what
They
they
don't
went
do
to school
much,
for.
yeah,
No.
exactly.
But
Not at
whatever
all.
you learn there, you're applying. Like somebody's like, I never use math. Well, I don't know. You're reading the speed limit sign, so Okay. So anything else? Because we're gonna swap and brew. Anybody else have any questions for Carol? Thank you so much for coming. Thank
Thank you.
everybody
It's
for
nice to meet you.
watching.
Thank you.
Give a wave to
Great.
all your fans. There's a lot of fans
Fans out there. Lot of fans. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Yep. Enjoy some of the cupcakes or basketball. And I'm gonna move you back over because you scooted over. So yeah, we're gonna move you so we can see it. There you go. You probably wanted to get closer to you. I'll come back this way. There we go. All right. We're gonna move into all of the events going on. Yeah, we do an impact winner. We think about, and so it's usually when the special guest is talking, there's somebody that you mention, and there you go. We've talked about even the people watching. If you know somebody that's doing something great in the community, message us.
We'll
Have
have
them
them
on. Yes, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's been good. And today we have a lot of viewers. We're on a couple different Facebook pages today.
ooh,
Yeah, so it's good. We have
pizza's going.
there's a lot going on, a lot of comments, which is
and
good.
restream.
We need them all.
And you know what I'm gonna say? So we've gone in on air. How did you do that? How did you put that in the ceiling like that? I think it needs to be down here and big. So
No, it should be up that way when you look. The on-air sign, so people are quiet,
Ooh. Oh, he's doing.
because they're not, for the most part, but that's okay. I'm the biggest loudmouth, but whatever, it is what it is.
Well, when you see
So,
high school friends.
We
it's
should
like-
turn it around and they could tell me to be quiet, but whatever.
So how did you put it up there? Is it
Velcro.
stick? Oh, Velcro.
Yeah, Velcroed it right to the ceiling.
All right, I love that.
Yeah.
It felt very
I
special.
need one that says applause. I forgot to buy one of those,
Ooh,
right?
well, let's just
And then
somebody.
add
Everybody,
the fake
let's
applause.
clap.
That's what we need.
Thank you.
I gotta buy one of those. So that's next.
Maybe one of our folks out there wants to do that. And at the end, we'd like to. Oh, my microphone's not on. Thank you. Look at I'm learning. I'm learning the signals. At the end, we'll put the music back on just because I love it. Can you hear me better now? usually I can hear myself, but I'm not really hearing it. How's that? Oh, yes, there we go.
Yep.
Okay, so we did have the Eclipse in Purdue details, right? We've done enough of that. Talked about.
Now, let me ask you something. I heard, are schools taking a break tomorrow during this so the kids can watch this?
Half a day.
They are. So half a day at the schools?
Okay, so it's at 12:30 tomorrow. All right, and there are some watch parties.
So they get out of school a half a day
Yeah.
to watch it at the school, or they're gonna go home and, how's that gonna work?
They're gonna go home and
We're not really sure.
Wow.
their parents.
Maybe some of the places might have it, and some you get to go home.
Man, when I was in school, we didn't get out of school for anything. They didn't care about
You
anything.
did it? We got out of school for everything.
Not at all. Not at all. Nothing.
Snow
That's the way
day,
it goes.
senior ditch day. Oh, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So we have, when you mentioned that, we had a blood drive at the school, and the year before, people were.
That's Whiting High School.
Yes, well, people were leaving after they gave blood. So I was in charge as student council president, and I was calling people, and I'm like, hey, if you give or seeing them, you get to go home. So Mr. Contreras calls me to the office, he's like, Becky, have you been telling people that they can go home after they gave blood? And I said, well, that's what happened last year. He goes, that's not happening this year.
Everyone's leaving.
He goes, okay. But there was only a few students who did it, so it was mostly the public. But I'm like, but we had a lot of people out there. Anyway, I meant well. We talked about the airport meeting, so it is at the Gary Airport. It's off of Klein Avenue. It is open to the public. It's 11 a.m. and you can also get a Zoom link. You call there and she'll send it to you.
Do you think that they've tried this before? You have Midway, you have O'Hare. Do you think this is really going to happen this time? They've tried this before.
Well, we need a third airport, and we have 1 million people. It just makes a lot of sense. Rather than Piatone, right? What do you think?
Yeah, it was
clap
Piatone.
out there, fans, if you think it'd be great
was.
to have some flights out of Gary Airport. Anybody?
And I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm afraid to go to Gary. I'm afraid to drive there.
It's isolated.
I'm sure the area is safe. I go to the Hard Rock all the time. I have
teach
to tell you,
Italiana.
it's really nice.
I think if you stay
And I feel safe going there. It's not a problem.
away from the people causing the trouble, that's your best bet.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So, but it does happen in some of those areas. But yeah, just try. I think about that, but yeah, you have to be diligent. World Civility Day, Chuck Hughes.
Oh,
It's the Thursday, so it's, I guess, kind, civil, considerate.
boy, do I wish.
Yeah, you know the irony, I have another I'm at this, not last year, but the year before, I was running for office, and I get a message that someone is putting me on a very illicit site. I'm at World Civility Day, and they're trying to hurt my campaign by doing fake things. I'm like, the irony. I'm like, Chuck, help me.
That's what politics is all about.
They can't do it fair, so they gotta do it unfairly.
That's what they do to try to ruin people's names so they can
Terrible.
win or make them lose or whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
It
that's
is-
just
it
the
is
way the world
horrible.
is.
So I haven't been going to like, perfect, that's what our mission was. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm just gonna switch to a different party. I'm gonna go independent. I don't know
Independent
if I can take
ruins,
Republican.
takes
My
away
mom's
votes from
Republican
the
now.
other party.
I'm
Right?
like, Mom,
Your
did you
mom
become-
would
is a
be
Rep-
floored if you switched parties.
No, my mom, I think she is a Republican.
No,
No,
because she was really Democrat before, I know
Smart
that.
lady.
no, she's a Trumpster.
Okay, oh, okay.
So I don't know if she's Republican, but she's a Trumpster. So
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
All right.
I don't know. But
Good
you
to
know,
know.
I think it's because we're a small town and we were always underdogs and we we're fighting. But the Democrat of today is not the Democrat of old.
It's not. It's
and that's
changed.
and that's wherein the problem
No doubt about
lies.
it. No doubt about it.
So actually, I think Pete and Lutz are going to take on Mayor McDermott and Kevin Smith in a after show antics, is what we're calling it. We think that we'd get a lot of ratings, so I gotta get a hold of them.
I've got the new
He's
sign
busy.
coming already. I already ordered it. What's going to say back here? So we're good to go
He's
with that.
busy because I guess he was sued by the monarchy for saying something about
The white deer.
no, not the that's another story.
Yeah.
He's very controversial. No, he said something. They sent, I think it was an April Fool's joke. They sent a letter that he said something about Princess Catherine, and he's not
Oh, I saw
allowed to
that.
go
I saw
to
that.
England.
Really?
But then they sent him a bottle of scotch or something from there. I don't know. Scotch is the other country where it's
I gotta
very
tell you,
confusing.
I like the guy. I really do.
Yeah,
I like him.
I do too. We're
Yeah,
we're
he's a good guy.
friends. Yeah. Even though I told him, I'm like I'm helping Frank. You told me 2 weeks after, and I'm like, honestly, I'll help you run for senator or governor, but you really probably got to go into the independent or right leaning because it's tough statewide to win as a.
But it's so hard as an independent to win. It's so hard.
It's harder to win as a blue. So I'm
Very hard.
letting you know that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's a red state. For sure.
Main Street. I have a meeting Friday. It's an organization called Main Street. It's similar to a chamber, but not really. Chamber, I believe, is really organized and has presidents, vice presidents, and they're kind of overseen by a board. Whereas Main Street, I believe, just helps you get funding to help support mostly the buildings, I think, that are falling apart on.
In what area, what town?
You can, it's a countrywide program. I called them for Porter, for Whiting. I think Wheeler needs it. Any city in America that you think, hey, we need some money to restore some of our buildings, is what you can have a Main Street. I went to the one in Michigan City with Lisa, who was here for the Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, we should do this in Porter.
So it's a grant. You apply for a grant.
They'll help you get, I think that's their mission, is to help you get monies to support your Main Street. And I'm sure, while people love the idea, they're gonna be like, wait a minute now, you're not taking our job. I'm like, I'm like, I'm not really here to take your job, your person, your power. I'm just here to help, but human nature is not always like that.
Nope.
What's
They don't like
this next
competition.
one?
After
I'm not here to compete. I'm here to lift us all up. Trade winds.
Trade Winds Gala.
Yeah, that's Saturday. So there's lots of galas.
Where
They
is
use
it?
that to
Where?
raise money. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I know Humane was at the Harbor. Well, we'll try to post that. Go to our Facebooks or YouTube, and we'll post that. I'm not really sure. Can anybody Google that real quick and find out where the Trade Winds is? And I know it's very successful. They have a silent auction that you don't even have to be at the event. You can bid on the items. With
Those
their
bring a lot of
service.
money. I like silent auctions.
But galas they have those to raise money.
Yeah.
So it's
And it
probably
works.
at a big facility, and I think my friend Bruce mentioned that they are looking for a marketing person there. So
And Trade Winds has been around for a long
what
time.
do they help disabled?
Yes,
Okay,
they do.
disabled. Yeah. So there's a lot of, and one year I put out for P&H is pick something and volunteer at it. And Paul, I was listening to his sermon this morning. We had him on last week. He's like, you were not made to just float around. You were made to do something.
Yes, you are.
So pick something and get involved.
doubt about it.
Even though there's a bunch of negatives that could come with it.
For sure.
There's a craft fair. My favorite, tchotchkes, going Sand Creek. That's out in Porter County. There's a lot of vendors going to be there. Craft fair. Typically, they have these around the times that you need items. Christmas, Easter, summer. I stock up during the year, and then I kind of put them to the side for the different people for their birthdays or
Oh,
their
wow.
holidays or.
Now me, I miss our last minute for everything.
I don't
Everything.
know. It's hard for me
I'm like,
to
oh,
work
Christmas
that
is tomorrow?
way.
Let me go shopping.
It's hard for me to work that way.
That's
That's
right.
probably why I have a lot of things, because I can't always run out, It's like, oh gosh, I gotta breastfeed. So I'm just bringing up the difference between men and women. We have other things we have to worry about, feminine products and such. So it's like, guys can just go running around, because we guys why do you got so much stuff in your car? I'm like, I'm a coach and a mother. I need all that stuff, plus cleats, a basketball, a blanket. It's my little office. So don't worry.
I just
Don't worry
have
your
4
pretty
minutes in
little
my car,
head.
that's it,
Don't
it's
worry your
perfect
pretty
all the
little
time.
head. Well, you do have 10 cars, so that's probably spread the wealth around there. Spread all the stuff around. We're having a party here next week. Did you know that?
We have parties all the time.
We're trying to do a party every month.
All the time there's something
And
going on
you
here.
can come, watchers can come, you just have to, what I was thinking? They want to come, something we don't always mention, but we are trying to raise some money because this costs money, so you can give stars.
Here, it's Memorial
You
Theater
too.
Opera House, it's doing a show,
Mhm.
they're doing a musical, and they're gonna be here next Sunday,
And we're going to screen.
and that's what's
We're
going
going
on.
to screen that, so you could come to the party, but we're going to ask you to do something like share, give some stars,
Sing,
donate. We're going to try, because actually the guests, I didn't mention this to you, Carol, but we do ask the guests to donate to one of the, we can donate your 20 to the whiting animals if you want.
Absolutely.
We had a whiting, we had another lady doing animals, but she's not here. Cash Charities is another one, Angels Honor Guard, the one that Lauren does to keep fentanyl out, with the covers. So we just asked them to do something, but as we grow, we are trying to get this, actually, we're trying to get this on Lakeshore Public Media, and in order for that to happen, staffing, technology, other people, we have to push, we have to get followers, we have to get likes, so go onto YouTube, free subscribe there.
Right, and every week we figure out what we're missing, what we haven't done, and we keep on adding and adding and adding
And that
until
way,
we get there.
we can get sponsors and ads, because
Yeah.
the more people are watching, then they'll take the show. And
Yeah.
we think that this would be great to have on Lakeshore Public Media, because it's all about Northwest Indiana,
Mhm.
right?
It is.
People, places, offerings,
It is. And no one talks about
we
it
should,
but us.
and we deserve that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
And we're fun to watch, don't forget that
yeah,
part.
and we look good because we're in our, like,
Today, yeah,
our
yeah, right.
suits.
And no socks.
And the last thing I had on here was, I just thought it was a fun name. It's called Get the Let Out, but they are a cover band for Led Zeppelin.
Get the let out.
Isn't it cute?
Wow.
And it's at Four Winds, because we always mention the Hard Rock, but there's Four Winds, and then there's another really big. I was driving in Illinois, and I'm like, what is that monstrosity?
They're building it now.
Yes.
It's off of Halstead Street.
Okay, and what's the name of that
It's
one
in,
going to be?
I have no idea. It's in Blue Island, I think.
So this is a way to move money, and then we're hoping that people be employed, living wage jobs, and that they donate, that they give back to the community where they're in to help this whole area be. I mean, people are traveling through. Get that funds and make this whole area great, right? Make it just gorgeous. Make it,
Especially Gary, all these the casinos in Gary giving back. They need to do
well,
something.
East Chicago as well,
Yeah,
and and I think even moving over, I think South Bend has one, and then going south. So if they're fortunate enough, like many of the industries that are here,
Mhm.
that they're utilizing our properties and our people,
Good tax
they
base.
should be giving back.
Yes, 100%.
Right, and taking care, I know
They
there's a lot
should.
going on
They should.
up north on the lake with fumes and fires and those industries, and we have to live in symbiotically, because we earn our livings from it, but they can't pollute us. Because we still
Crazy
live,
stuff going on.
right? So there's a lot of action up at the lakefront. Typically we have either Val with word of the day, or we have some music, but I'm gonna talk about our upcoming schedule. So next month, Taylor, do you have those sheets? Because I did update those sheets on who's coming. You could read them off. I do know that, do you wanna just throw them over here real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so upcoming next month, I know Matt Reardon is on the schedule. You also had somebody, George, isn't that your relative from bowling?
Oh, George Locke is from
Yes.
Olympia Lanes.
Yes. Kelly, I think she's with Silver Linings out of Gary. They're another organization that helps animals.
Mhm.
In May, Joe, we're trying to get Joseph Pete back quarterly.
He's from the Times, right?
Yeah, and he writes all these stories. So quarterly, we should have him, because he's kind of the one that's like breaking all the news. And we'd like to work with them. We'd like for them to provide the content. I've talked to one region. I've talked to, and actually I was at with Bennett. Mr. Bennett was speaking, and he has a partner on Macaulay. And I said, we're promoting our area to have people come in to build and live here. So he's interested in being a sponsor. Strax is another one. They're great community supporters. They're involved in the area. So and these industries we're talking about, BP, Cargill, all these folks that are doing a lot should be sponsors or doing ads. I saw somebody at the Hobarts. They had a function at the Hard Rock, and he was selling all these items. I'm like, you should come on at 7:30 or 7:15 or 7:45. And we could sell, like on TikTok, how you're scrolling, and then all of a sudden the Asian ladies come on with the rings. I'm like, yes.
Like QVC.
Taylor,
Right.
that's what we need, right? And if you generate the money, we'd be happy to give you the money.
And give it away, donate it. Yeah.
Or pay the people who are here and get all the rest of the stuff. Milk Billies are going to be on. That they're a rock group. Rockology I've had, Masasaga I've talked to, and then I think at the end, Jesse, and there's another trustee. She's out of Hobart, but I can't think. Milo, there's so many people. And then Memorial Day, I was thinking, there's the race going on, there's Memorial Day, there's the horses, so something fun in May, because April showers bring May flowers.
I hope.
Okay, right? And then, and you said you had another guest who's interested. We're going into June, so if you want to be on, we're scheduling into June now.
We'll need you for 15 minutes, and everybody will get to see you. Get your word out, right? So that everyone knows what you do.
Anything else from our audience? Anybody else have anything else they would like to mention? Hop on. Anybody else want to hop on? Anything that they've done? Anything going on that just even a shout out to your family and friends and the people
Just
that
be
you
ready for
love.
tomorrow. Make sure you have your glasses so you don't fry your eyes for what they say. But when's the last time we had an eclipse?
There's,
1979.
Is that what it was? 79?
but is it the same, the moon going over the sun, or was it the
Yes,
sun?
because
Oh,
I actually, one of my Facebook friends, she actually put a picture of a newspaper article from 79 saying the next eclipse will be in 2024. Where is she at?
so she already was planning for the future. And you used to think that it's so far away, like when we were in high school,
A blink of an eye, it's here.
and 2000 now
Crazy.
it's gone. And just mentioning that, so it's our 40th for Whiting, and we
Wow.
are going to get together at the Pierogi Fest. So all these
Really?
people are like, we don't know what's going on. You're never really doing things. Well, we do things almost every 10 years. We've had whole school reunions, and we have a Facebook page. And I've been posting. I think they had Duran Duran. I'm like, what was your favorite song? And you know what keeps popping up on my feed is Dallas. Like, do you remember?
I remember that show.
Do you remember who shot JR?
I don't.
Okay,
But I
so
remember that show
I
for
was
sure.
at a football game and I came home because I was really interested. So we're gonna put that
Dallas.
out there. Go onto our page. I will tell you if you don't remember who shot JR. Oh, let's say you could Google it.
Who shot JR?
Somebody very close to him that probably he irritated
I
a lot.
remember that.
His loved ones, everybody, but his very close person. So I'm giving you clues. It gives with an L. His loved, his squeeze. Anyway,
Of course.
Taylor, anything?
That's always
Oh,
that.
what about Chewy? Where did he go?
He's over here.
Yeah, but I mean, where did he go recently?
He went to the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, what's going on in the Philippines?
Yeah.
We went-
Vacation or work?
So what did you guys do in the Philippines, Chewy? Come and show your muscles, because we're getting ready for summer season. Come on over, kiddo. So Pete walks. You can.
I power walk 4 nights a week.
So you can message him and be power walking. You gotta take your shirt off. You gotta take your jacket off. Let's see.
Put the
Sun's
guy in the
out,
spot
guns
like
out.
that? Come on.
Yes, he had his shirt on last week with no sleeves. You know he was wanting to do that. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Sun's out,
Advertise.
guns out. I need to get one of those pictures. Come on over. Go ahead, do your thing. Where do you work out?
At the Y.
And weren't you getting a program? Come on over. Come
Yes.
stand by me.
Okay.
Okay. Weren't you getting a program going for the kids to like lift?
Yes. Well, I wanted to try and tutor them in programming, so I did reach out to the youth coordinator, and I'm waiting to hear back from them.
Where at?
The Hammond YMCA.
Very good. So there you go. Because we know that the same things that you do in athletics and taking care of yourself are parlayed into your life.
You have to take care of yourself.
Right?
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody else cares.
And what happened in the Philippines? What's going
Business
on?
investment. So
Nice.
talk about that later.
So were you the
Alright.
tallest guy there? I
When
gotta
he
ask,
makes
I mean,
it.
right? Were you?
Not always. There was maybe 2 people taller than me.
Gotcha.
Over there, we have very good relations with the Philippines because I know there's a lot of people that come to America that help us with medical services, nurses, physical therapists. So we tend to have a good relationship. And I know David was where? Thailand?
Thailand, yeah.
How close is Thailand to the
Wow.
Philippines?
3 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But relatively close because you're over in Asia.
What did
So-
you eat? Did they have anything you recognized?
I just ate everything.
Okay, hopefully you didn't get sick, right?
No, I did not.
All right.
I
So
think Dave did though, right?
yeah.
I did.
You got sick?
Because he drank some kind of
A drink at a wake or
scorpion-
something, you guys,
scorpion
right?
Stuff.
Right?
Scorpion
They got
bliss.
you.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to be signing off now. I'm Becky Matea. This
And
is
I'm
Good Day
Pete
NWI.
And I'm Pete Panos.
And I always say, have a spectacular week and cover your cups, cover yourself.
And take care of yourself and each other.
God bless you, everybody. And there's our music, and we're going to dance. You can stay right here.
So
Black
how
my
long,
light,
how long
black
were you
my
there
light.
for?
About 10 days.
Wow. How long of a flight is it?
Oh, I don't know.
It was long. I had to go to Japan this time. I forgot. It's always going to be around 26 hours total, even with layovers.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has it 7 there.
Yeah, it was
One
about
way?
12 hours over there.
Layover, with layover. So
Oh, I
last
couldn't
time
do
was, it was in Korea, this time was
I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
No
Hawaii.
way.
12 hours just up in Hawaii.
I'm pure
So we're waiting for the music, but I'm
yeah.
going to turn my cameras on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in your age group.
He clips out.
In my mind.
I tell you, it's screwing up everything.